Hari Hari. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karuvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Vishnu Vadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaudavani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavati Paschatya Dhishitarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripasundubhyaeva Cha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So welcome to our 8 p.m. Sunday evening Bhagavad Gita class. We will, of course, chant japa for the first 10 minutes from 8 to 8:10. And then today's reading is from Bhagavad Gita chapter 18. We'll begin that at 8:10 after we chant one round of japa. Chant along with me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, so before we begin reading into chapter 18, like the Bhagavad Gita, let's go into a little bit as to why. And it's very important because purpose is everything. Without purpose, then we'll go around in circles. That's basically the system of samsara, right? Around and around, birth, death, old age, disease, birth, death, old age, disease, around in a circle. That is essentially what samsara is. Without figuring out, without understanding purpose, meaning, we will go round and round and round, essentially forever. This is the cycle of samsara. There's a famous, well-known, I wouldn't say, well, yes, famous, well-known author Simon Sinek who talks about start with why. We know in Vedanta Sutra, right? Also, it says atato brahma jignasa, inquire after Brahman. Start with why. Start with the most important questions. And then from there, the answer to those questions give meaning. One very powerful book I would recommend is by the psychotherapist or the psychoanalyst, Viktor Frankl. Viktor Frankl was a survivor of the Nazi death camps in Germany and Austrian Jew. He later went on and wrote the book called In Search of Meaning, a very, very profound book. He could have lifted half of the content of that book right out of the Bhagavad Gita. When we see Arjuna is struggling with purpose, Arjuna is struggling with meaning. He's on the battle of Kurukshetra. He sees all of his friends, all of his family, fathers, well-wishers, so many different people, and he is essentially called to kill them. That is what this war is all about. So in this time and space, Arjuna is searching for meaning, purpose. Why am I here? What are we doing here? Why am I sitting here on this chariot in the middle of a battlefield, ready and prepared to slay my entire family on the one hand, and allow for my own family on my side to be destroyed? What is going on here? What is the purpose? What is the meaning of this? And there's a nice verse in Panchatantra that helps us understand this. But in Viktor Frankl's book, In Search of Meaning, he talks about how those individuals in the concentration camps in Nazi Germany in the early 40s, he says you could predict with a great degree of accuracy which individuals would survive what they were going through and which would perish. And he said invariably, those who attached meaning to their existence had the greatest, often most chances of survival, despite of what the Nazis were doing to them. Outside of that, eating one piece of potato, one piece of bread today, but when they a day, but when they assign a burning sense of meaning of that they had to survive, they had to get out of the concentration camps in order to find a loved one. Those were the ones Viktor Frankl described who survived and lived afterwards. But those who had lost all sense of meaning, all sense of purpose, they were the ones to perish. Now, this is, I want to make very clear, this is not to victim blame, not by a long shot. This is simply to talk about the power of meaning, of purpose, and what it can, the survival that it brings to our very existence. So we see here in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is going through the exact same dynamic. Purpose. What am I doing here? What is this battle all about? Am I just going to slay friends and allow my friends and family to be slaughtered for the sake of the kingdom? What's going on here? What is this about? There's a nice verse in it's attributed to the Mahabharata. Ahaya nidra bhaya maitunam cha samanyametat pashubhir naranam dharmi dharmo hitesham adhiko vishesho dharmena hina pashubhi samanaha. Ahaya nidra maituna and bhaya. Eating, sleeping, defending, and reproduction. Eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. It says these four, the human beings, samanyameta pashubhir naranam. Pashubhi and nara, human beings have in common. All living cellular organisms engage in eating, sleeping, reproducing, and self-preservation. Ahaya nidra maituna bhaya. All living cellular beings, from the grass to the amoeba to the human being to the plant, all that's the only things we have in common. Those four things, foundational across all cellular living organisms. There's only one difference. Dharmo hitesham adhiko vishesha. Dharmena hina pashubhi samanaha. Dharmo hitesham adhiko vishesha. Dharma. It is dharma that is the distinguishing characteristic, that is a separating characteristic. The principles of dharma. You take away the principles of dharma from the human being, we are no better than an animal, no better than any other cellular organism. Starting with Y means dharma. Starting with Y means dharma. You take away dharma, we are nothing more than a cellular organism, spinning around in the cycle of samsara. Dharma is the why. So when Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhanam vinashaya cha dhuskritam dharma sangstapanartaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Krishna says, dharma sangstapanartaya. I've come to establish dharma. Because without dharma, we are no better than pashu, no better than animals, no better than any other cellular organism. Therefore, Krishna comes to establish dharma. Sambhavami yuge yuge. No matter what it takes, every single yuga, I will come in again, again, and again, no matter how long it takes, no matter how often I have to come to establish the principles of dharma, because dharma is the why. Dharma is the purpose. Without dharma, there is no human civilization. We're nothing more than a herd of wildebeest, a murder of crows, a school of fish. That's all we are. What makes the human being civilized is not jet propulsion. What makes us civilized is not Tesla. What makes us civilized is not eating with a spoon and fork. What makes us civilized is dharma. Tapa socha dhaya satyam iti pada krite kritaha adharmam shaistrayo bhagna smaya sangama dhaistava. The principles of dharma is the deciding factor as to whether or not we are no better than any other cellular organism or civilized society. Dharma. Therefore, Krishna comes time and time and time again to make sure the principles of dharma are always accessible. The principles of dharma are always available. He comes to show, exemplify what is life according to the principles of dharma. When he agreed to appear on this world, he asked all the demigods to come and join him in the Yadu dynasty. to exemplify what it means to live as human beings in a civilized society, a society that is founded on the principles of Dharma, a society that starts with why, a society that has meaning, purpose, rather than simply being a herd of wildebeest. So when we chant japa, like we did just now, we are chanting the Hare Krishna mantra because we are also seeking, or certainly making sure, that we live with meaning, with purpose. Dharma is that purpose. Now, do not make the mistake of thinking that purpose, that dharma, is unique to Vedic spirituality. It's Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan means eternal. It's applicable across all human species. That's why it is Sanatan Dharma. No matter what religion, the same thread, you see the same thread across all the major world religions, whether it's the 10 Commandments, the principles of Dharma, whatever it is, the pillars of Islam, all this, you read all the same principles connected. Sanatan Dharma means eternally for everyone. Basic principles of civilization, basic principles that distinguish us from every other cellular organism. So don't make the mistake of thinking this is just Indian philosophy. Dharma is universal. Tapa, Socha, Daya, Satyam. Tapa, self-discipline, self-mastery. Socha, purity, physical cleanliness, and purity of motive, purity of consciousness. Daya, compassion. Satya, truthfulness. Foundational principles across all societies, all religions, all demographics, all ethnicities. And from there, we see, we can go to Dharmamrita, the essence of Dharma. First is the bedrock, the foundation, the principles of Dharma. Once we become civilized, and we are differentiated from other cellular living organisms, and we are better than, or rather, we are not living as animals, then we can reach to Dharmamrita, the essence of Dharma, the cream of Dharma. And when Dharma has solidified, if you will, when the essence of Dharma is achieved, that's love. That's bhakti. But first, we must become civilized. We must live according to the principles of Dharma, and therefore we chant and ask Parthasarathi Krishna, Krishna who came here to establish the principles of Dharma, and he comes again and again and again and again to establish the principles of Dharma, to exemplify a life according to the principles of Dharma. What do? We ask, Krishna, give me the intelligence to choose, to understand and to choose the principles of Dharma. Give me the courage to choose the principles of Dharma. That's why we chant. That's why we chant japa. Krishna, you came to establish the principles of Dharma. You came to show, to give purpose, to give meaning, to wake us up out of our forgetfulness so that we're no better than, or so we don't fall down into the stages of nothing more than wild animals, by giving us Dharma, making Dharma accessible to us, exemplifying what Dharma is. My dear Krishna, give me courage to choose, to live the principles of dharma. That's why we chant. For purpose, for meaning. Do not make the mistake of thinking this is about Indian, Hindu. Dharma is universal. Whatever language it may be, whatever religion, ethnicity, doesn't matter. The principles of dharma, if you are intellectually honest with yourself, the principles of dharma you'll see very quickly are universal. From Sanskrit to Latin to Arabic to Norwegian to Spanish, universal. Because you soon see, without the principles of dharma, all hell breaks loose. You are not in a civilized society. You're in a society of dog eats dog, the most powerful wins. Ahastani sahastanam, apadhani chatushpadam, falguni tatra mahatam, jivo jivasya jivanam. Famous saying. Those who have hands prey upon those who have no hands. Those who have no legs are prey for those who have 4 legs. The weak are the subsistence of the strong, and the general rule, very important, the general rule holds that one living entity is food for another. That's the general principle. The exception is dharma. When you inject dharma into that equation, all of a sudden the weak are protected. Civilized society. Those who have no hands are protected. Civilized society. Those who have no legs are protected. Civilized society. But you must inject dharma. Without the injection of dharma, falguni tatra mahatam jivo jivasya jivanam. The powerful will prey upon the weak. It is dharma that changes everything. So now let's go into the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita and see how dharma, how Krishna talks about dharma, its manifestations, how we can use the various principles, the various energies of Prakriti to walk the path of dharma and to choose, to know, to recognize the path of dharma, and then to choose to walk the path of dharma. Chapter 18, Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. Text 1, Arjuna said, O mighty armed one, I wish to understand the purpose of renunciation and of the renounced order of life. O killer of the Keshi demon, master of the senses. Text 2, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the giving up of activities that are based on material desire is what great learned individuals call the renounced order of life, or sannyas. And giving up the results of all activities is what the wise call renunciation, or tyaga. 2 different things. Sannyas is giving up the activities. And you go to the Himalayas, and you stand on your head and you do Om. That's sannyas. Tyaga, renunciation, is you don't give up the activities, you give up your attachment to the results of those activities. They're one and the same, to be honest. They're one and the same. The sannyasi who goes to the forest, stands on his head, is giving up all activities. The renunciate, the tyagi, is working a full-time job, CEO of the company, but is not attached to the results. Same. There is a difference, however. The difference is, and Krishna talks about this in the 3rd and the 5th chapter, when he talks about karma sannyasa yoga, right? Arjuna was confused. Krishna, you telling me to fight, to not fight? You're saying, you giving these principles of spirituality. What do you want me to do? You're telling me to give up attachment. Krishna saying, yes, give up attachment to the results of your activities. Tyaga, do not give up the activity. The activity is not the problem. If you're a sannyasi and that's what you want to do, that's fine, as long as
Giving up the activity, you do so in your consciousness as well. If you give up the activity, but in your mind all day you're thinking about the activity, that's not sannyas. You're not eating chocolate, but all day you're thinking about chocolate. By Krishna's definition, that's not really sannyas. So Krishna is saying, yes, I want you to be detached, not from activities. That's secondary. I need you to be detached from the results of your activities, being attached to a specific kind of result from your activities. That's tyaga. Text 3. Some learned men declare that all kinds of fruits of activity should be given up as faulty, right? Give up the activities. Yet other sages maintain that acts of sacrifice, charity, and penance should never be abandoned. So there's two, Krishna saying there's two schools of thought. Some say give up all activities, take sannyas. The others say no, give charity, do sacrifice, do penance. You should never give those up. These are the two schools of thought. Arjuna, Krishna carries on. O best of the Bharatas, now hear my judgment about this issue, about renunciation. O tiger among men, renunciation is declared in the scriptures to be of three kinds. Text 5. Acts of sacrifice, charity, and penance are not to be given up. This is Krishna's verdict. Are not to be given up. They must be performed. Indeed, sacrifice, charity, and penance purify even great souls. What to mention you and I, right? Text number 6. All these activities, however, should be performed without attachment or expectation of result. That's the key. Without attachment or expectation of result. They should be performed as a matter of duty, O son of Pritha. That is my final opinion on this issue. Text 7. Prescribed duties should never be renounced. So Krishna is not a fan of giving up activities for the sake of it. That's not Krishna. That's secondary. It's really secondary in Krishna's view. If that is your svadharma, if that is what your calling is, so be it. Because Krishna is all about svadharma, what your calling is, your intrinsic constitutional nature. That's fine. But people who are giving up activities because, well, I'm not going to take the words out of Krishna's mouth. Let's hear what he has to say. Text 7. Prescribed duties should never be renounced. If one gives up his prescribed duties because of illusion, such renunciation is said to be in the mode of tamaguna, ignorance. Text 8. Anyone who gives up prescribed duties as troublesome or out of fear of bodily discomfort is said to have renounced in the mode of rajaguna. Such action never leads to the elevation of renunciation. Right? If you think, oh, it's too difficult, it's not a good enough excuse to give up your activities. O Arjuna, when one performs his prescribed duty only because it ought to be done and renounces all material association and all attachment to the fruit, his renunciation is said to be in sattva guna. That is the renunciation Krishna is talking about. All attachment to the results. That's the key. Text 10. The intelligent renouncer, situated in sattva guna, neither hateful of inauspicious work nor attached to auspicious work, has no doubts about work. So sometimes we want to do auspicious types of work and we don't want to do inauspicious types of work. Krishna says, Krishna's not even a fan of what's auspicious or inauspicious. Krishna's only concern is that your duty? If yes, do it without attachment. Don't worry about auspicious or inauspicious. Is that your duty? If that's your duty, do it without attachment. Because even if you do an auspicious activity, that means activities that give a lot of positive, materialistic results, whether it be money, fame, prestige. That's what auspicious works. And you're attached to those results. All that does is it binds you to samsara. You lose purpose. It just binds you to samsara. Life after life, life after life, you're going around and around and around and around. It's auspicious work. The problem is not the auspicious work. The problem is your attachment to it. But also not being hateful of inauspicious work. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. That's also binding, because you spend so much energy running away from something, you're actually energetically attached to it through your hatred. Krishna says, be neither attached nor hateful to it. Be detached. Be detached means whatever the results may be, so be it. That is detachment. Detachment means no matter what the outcomes are, I am not, as Jivatma, I am not affected, because I've been giving all this work to the Supreme. Whatever the results are coming from this work, I'm offering it in yajna to the Supreme. That's what it means. Yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tarartam karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. Krishna says, work done as yajna should be performed. Otherwise, all work causes bondage. Inauspicious, auspicious, causes bondage. Therefore, Krishna says, perform your duty for yajna, adhi yajna, the Supreme. And in that way, no bondage. That's detachment. Let's move on. This is a big chapter, so we have to plow on. Otherwise, we'll be here till midnight. Where was I? Text 9, 10, 11. It is indeed impossible for an embodied being to give up all activities. Krishna talked about this in the 3rd chapter, right? Nahika shikshanamapi jati tishtatya karma krit karyate hyavasha karma sarva prakriti jair gunaihi. Everyone is forced to act helplessly according to prakriti. This body is prakriti. Everyone is forced to act helplessly according to the qualities we have acquired from prakriti, Krishna says. Therefore, no one can truly stop doing anything, not even for a moment. You must eat something. You must evacuate. Something must be done. You must blink your eyes just for the health of your eyes, if nothing else. The Jains are right about this. This is why the Jains, as they go through life, they recognize that everything they're doing, they're creating karma. They're causing violence to some. They're breathing, you're causing some violence. This is correct. This is absolutely correct. So what does Krishna say? Do yajnartat. You can't stop doing something. So whatever you do, whatever you do it for Adi Yajna. It is indeed impossible for an embodied being to give up all activities, but he who renounces the fruits of his action, the fruits of action, is called one who is truly renounced. The fruits of action, not the action. Krishna never tells Arjuna to put down his bow. From the 3rd chapter all the way through up until now, Krishna, even though Krishna was saying all kinds of spiritual stuff, be detached, Arjuna was thinking, Krishna, are you telling me to go to the forest? Krishna saying, no, be detached from the fruit. Excuse me. Don't put down your bow. Whether you put down your bow or not is secondary. First, be detached from the results, whatever the result may be, good or bad. Be detached, make it an offering unto Adi Yajna, then decide whether or not you pick up your bow. First, detachment. Text 12. For one who is not renounced, the threefold fruits of action, desirable, undesirable, and mixed, accrue after death. You see, so if you're not detached, bondage, the results come back to you. They stick to you. Whether desirable, undesirable, or mixed, they're now yours, ours. When we're attached to the fruits of action, the results of those actions are ours. When we're detached, means we give the results to the Supreme. We give the action to the Supreme. We give the results to the Supreme. We are not bound. Those results do not accrue after death. In other words, we're disconnected. We come out of samsara. Accrue after death means you're bound in samsara. Birth, death, birth and death, birth and death. That's that cycle of samsara. But if we give our actions to the Supreme, adhiyagya, in sacrifice, then none of those fruits of action accrue after death. There is no after death for us. There is freedom from samsara. But those who are in the renounced order of life have no such result to suffer or enjoy. When you're renounced, detached, not from the action, you don't stop doing the action. You're renounced from the attachment to the fruits, have no results to suffer or enjoy after death. We are moksha free. That's freedom. That's freedom. There is no debt that we must come back and repay. That's freedom. Text 13. Forgive me, I'm beginning to overheat. O mighty armed Arjuna, according to the Vedanta, there are 5 causes for the accomplishment of all action. Now learn of these from me. Text 14. The place of action, these are the 5 factors of action, right? The place of action, or the body. The performer, that's the jivatma, our body, the body is not, we are not our body. Krishna took care of that in the 2nd chapter. We are not our body, but the body is the place called kshetra. The body is a place, right? That's the first one. We are jivatma, the performer. The 3rd factor, the various senses, right? The eyes, ears, nose, these are the instruments of action, right? The many different kinds of endeavor, the things we're trying to do. We're trying to watch a movie, we're trying to hear a song, we're trying to do this, do that. What we're actually doing with the senses, with the instruments of action. And ultimately, adhiyagya, the super soul. These are the 5 factors of action. The body, this material body. The senses, the instruments of action, ears, nose. The soul, the jivatma, us inside. The activities that we're trying to do, engage with, the objects of the senses, and the Supreme, 5 factors of action. Text 15, whatever right or wrong action a man performs by body, mind, or speech is caused by these 5 factors. So whatever we do, these 5 factors are involved. Whatever we're thinking about, whatever we try to do, going to work, do this, it's these 5 factors. All involved. Therefore, text 16, one who thinks himself, the jivatma, the only doer, not considering all 5 factors, is certainly not very intelligent and cannot see things as they are. Very straightforward. Text 17. One who is not motivated by false ego, whose intelligence is not entangled, though he kills men in this world, does not kill, nor is he bound by his actions. Let's clarify this. Krishna is saying, one who is not, the very first part, don't run off to the second part of the translation. Stick with the first. One who is not motivated by false ego. That's the key. That is the key to the rest of the translation. One who is not motivated by false ego, whose intelligence is not entangled. 2 things are happening. False ego means I am this body. If someone says, Mahavishnu, you're an idiot. If I react to that, that's motivated by false ego, because I'm attached to what people may think of this material body, right? Someone calls me the N-word. If I'm attached to this material body and someone calls me the N-word and I react to that, that's motivated by ego. False ego, because I am not this body. How I deal with that person is different. But if I'm reacting because of that slur, I'm acting out of false ego. If I'm acting out of false ego, then you best be sure I am responsible for what I do thereafter. Absolutely. One whose intelligence is not entangled. Intelligence, the function of the intelligence is to think, this is good for me, this is bad for me. But bad for who when we say bad for me? Intelligence, pure conditioned entangled intelligence means intelligence is picking what's good for our senses. I like pineapple, I hate banana. So the intelligence is determining, is this a banana or is this a pineapple? It's distinguishing what I like to taste. That is entangled intelligence. It's based, my likes and dislikes are based on my material senses. That's entangled intelligence. Intelligence that is purified is not trying to determine what's good for my tongue. Intelligence that is purified is trying to determine what is good for my soul, what is good for moksha, what is good for my freedom, what is good for liberation. That's spiritual intelligence, purified intelligence. So now let's go back to this. We're going to have to stop here because it's getting a little bit late. We'll have to finish the rest of this chapter next week. One who is not motivated by false ego. You know what that is, right? Identification with the body. And one whose intelligence is not entangled, meaning intelligence is not concerned with the material senses, but our spiritual well-being. That person who engages in some activity in this world, that person still remains unentangled, will still experience freedom from karma. And let's give a very concrete example. Christ. I give the example of Christ because everyone knows the story of Christ, no matter what religion, the entire world knows the story of Christ. So it's the easiest example for us to connect with. Forgive them, Father, they know not what they do, as they nail him to a cross. That is consciousness that is not motivated by false ego. That is intelligence that is not materially entangled. So in other words, unless you are Jesus Christ, this verse does not apply to you. Now I'm smiling, I'm laughing, but I'm actually deadly serious. This descriptor is for the Christ-like individual, not motivated by false ego. And our intelligence is beyond what my body wants, what my senses want. I'm operating on a spiritual level. When you're operating on a spiritual level, when you're not operating on whether someone calls me this, whether it gives me that, when you're operating on that level of consciousness, your actions are automatically going to be beneficial for everyone around you. Automatically. You don't have to, is this the moral thing to do? Is this the ethical thing? Is this the legal thing to do? When you're operating on that level of consciousness, you're not motivated by your material senses. You're not motivated by fear. You're not motivated by trauma. You're not motivated by training. You're not motivated by anything other than your spiritual self-realization. On that level, everything that you do, because on that level, you see everyone as spirit beings, everything that you do, everything that you say, every thought you have is beneficial for everyone involved. You're Christ-like. We're going to stop here. What's the verse? The 5 factors, text 17. We're going to have to continue next week because there's 80 some verses, 78 verses, and we're not even halfway through this chapter, and it's almost 9 o'clock. So next Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll come right back and we'll continue from text 17. Om Tat Sadite Srimad Bhagavad Gita Supanishatsu Brahma Vidyaya Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Jana Sambhade Moksha Yoga Nama Ashtadhasham Adhyaya Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Kuruvavahai Tejasvina Vadhitamashtumma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Om Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. See you next Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hari Hari.